The October leaves drift across the water at the Stark Lake House, 6 years after the arc reactor ceremony that marked the end of an era. Harley Keener, now 21, stands at the edge of the dock where heroes once mourned. His shoulders are broader than when he was 12, that scared kid from Rose Hill, Tennessee, who helped Iron Man save Christmas and received a garage full of tech in return. The defensive posture remains, a shield against a world that moved on without him. Pepper Potts finds him there, her footsteps soft on the weathered wooden planks. Grief has aged her gracefully, but left its mark in the slight downturn of her eyes, the way she holds herself as if still leaving space for someone who isn't there. The afternoon sun casts long shadows across the lake, the same light that once illuminated Tony's final goodbye.
He left instructions. Said if you ever came looking for answers after he was gone, I should give you this.
What is it?
Tony called it breadcrumbs. Said you'd know what to do with them.
The package is simple, brown paper, no fancy Stark Industries packaging, just Tony's handwriting in black Sharpie. For the mechanic. Inside, wrapped in cloth like something precious, lies a single flash drive, scratched into its metal surface with the precision of someone who knew exactly what legacy meant. Forge something new. Harley holds the drive up to the fading light, seeing his reflection in its surface. Older, weathered by loss, but still that kid who once showed Tony Stark that heroes could come from anywhere. The weight of it feels heavier than its few grams should allow. This isn't just data, it's trust, it's possibility. It's a father figure's final gift to a son he never officially claimed. As Pepper walks back toward the house, leaving Harley alone with his inheritance, the sun sets behind him, casting his shadow long across the dock, a shadow that, for just a moment, looks like it could belong to someone in armor. The garage in Rose Hill, Tennessee hasn't changed much in 9 years. The equipment Tony sent has evolved through Harley's upgrades, but the bones remain sacred. The workbench where Tony once built makeshift weapons from hardware store scraps, the corner where they shared sandwiches and discussed the mechanics of heroism. The drive slides into the port of his original computer, the same one Tony helped him rebuild all those years ago. The screen flickers with cascading code that Harley recognizes as Tony's signature encryption. His fingers dance across the keyboard, each algorithm unfolding like origami in his mind. Then a voice, fragmented, digital, but unmistakably Tony Stark, fills the garage.
Hey, kid. If you're hearing this, I'm gone, and you're wondering what the hell I left you. First, you're not me. Don't try to be.
Classic Tony, still giving advice from beyond.
This fragment will degrade after a few conversations. But kid, you've got something I didn't have at your age. You know what it costs.
The holographic projection materializes. Tony's consciousness, captured in fragments during his work on time travel, before the stones took everything. It's a ghost of brilliance, a shadow of mentorship, flickering like a dying ember of the original fire. The projection shows schematics, formulas, innovations that Tony never released, every mistake cataloged, every breakthrough documented. But more than that, it shows the why behind the what, the reasoning, the philosophy, the heart behind the armor. This isn't just technical knowledge, it's wisdom earned through sacrifice. As dawn breaks through the garage windows, Harley realizes he's not just inheriting tools and tech, he's inheriting a mission, a purpose, and the terrifying freedom to forge it into something entirely his own. Liking this story so far? Well, it would mean a lot to our channel if you could hit that subscribe button and share with your marvelous friends. Okay, back to the story. 3 weeks later in Queens, New York, Harley's prototype armor looks like someone crossbred a muscle car with kitchen appliances. All function, no form. The warehouse he's renting reeks of burnt metal and ozone. He's running unauthorized signals through old Stark satellites, trying to stabilize the repulsor output when spider sense tingles across the city. Peter Parker, now 28 and operating in shadows since the world forgot Spider-Man's identity, picks up the anomaly immediately. The crash through the warehouse skylight is vintage Spider-Man. Graceful, terrifying, and slightly excessive. Harley barely activates his helmet before webbing cocoons his arms, pinning him against his own workbench. Peter hangs upside down in that unsettling way, his mask's lenses narrowed to suspicious slits. The years since Tony's death have hardened him. No more quips, no more hesitation, just efficiency.
Stark Tech authorization codes, now, before I call Rhodey.
Wait, Tony's funeral. You hugged Morgan. I'm Harley Keener from Tennessee.
The kid Tony mentioned once, the arc reactor frequency's wrong. You'll blow yourself up before you reach Mach 1.
The webbing loosens as Peter drops to the floor, circling the armor like a predator studying prey. His enhanced senses catalog every flaw, every potential threat, but also every innovation. Harley pulls up holographic displays showing Friday's reconstructed base matrix, the fragments he's been piecing together from backup servers Tony scattered across the globe. Peter's hand traces the armor's chest piece, feeling the vibrations of the unstable arc reactor. In its hum, he hears echoes of Tony, brilliant, reckless, desperate to fix everything. The younger man's determination, his refusal to let Tony's legacy die, strikes something in Peter that he's been trying to bury since the funeral. The two stand in the dim warehouse, surrounded by the scattered pieces of what could become hope or disaster. Neither speaks of the weight they both carry, the expectations of a dead hero who saved the universe but couldn't save himself. Instead, they begin to work, recalibrating frequencies and adjusting parameters, forging an unlikely partnership in the shadow of the man they both lost. The Stark Industries underground vaults stretch beneath New York like a technological catacomb. Happy Hogan stands guard at the entrance, arms crossed, his expression mixing disappointment with understanding. Security footage plays on loop, Harley's infiltration into Stark's old servers, his bypassing of 12 different security protocols using techniques Tony himself pioneered. Pepper reviews each breach with the careful attention of someone who's seen this playbook before. The confrontation is inevitable but surprisingly brief. Pepper doesn't waste time on anger. She's learned that genius and rule-breaking are often dance partners. She leads Harley deeper into the vaults, past prototypes Tony never finished, the bleeding-edge variants deemed too dangerous, weapons that could end wars or start them, innovations that could change the world or destroy it. Each piece tells a story of Tony's evolution from merchant of death to protector of life.
Tony designed this after meeting you, called it the Forge. Said that kid from Tennessee would need a proper lab someday.
You're the boy from the garage. Daddy said you were smart, are you?
I try to be.
At the vault's end stands a workshop, pristine, untouched, waiting. Not ostentatious like Tony's Malibu setup, but purposeful. Every tool positioned where an engineer would need it. Every surface designed for creation rather than display. At its center, an armor platform, not a completed suit, but a framework, a foundation to build upon. Morgan Stark, now 11 with her mother's eyes and her father's stubborn chin, produces a small screwdriver from her pocket, worn, wrapped in electrical tape, sacred. 3 generations stand in that workshop. Pepper, who loved the hero, Morgan, who lost a father, and Harley, who found a purpose. The Forge awakens with a low hum, systems coming online after years of patient waiting, ready to shape tomorrow's hope from yesterday's legacy. The resurrection of Hammer Industries should have been impossible. Justin Hammer, aged poorly by 15 years in prison, stands before his newly acquired board, with hair gone gray and thin, but his shark's smile intact. The conference room overlooks Detroit, a city that understands reinvention. His presentation gleams with stolen brilliance, Stark Tech acquired through black market dealers who scavenged the ruins of forgotten battles. The drones are bastardizations of Tony's Iron Legion, twisted into something darker, more profitable. Where Tony saw protection, Hammer sees profit. Where Tony built heroes, Hammer manufactures soldiers. The board members lean forward, seeing dollar signs in automated security, in a world without costly superhuman protectors.
Gentlemen, Iron Man is dead. Captain America is gone. Thor's off-world. What's left? A spider and a bird? We're selling security, not building Skynet. Everything is under control.
But Hammer's arrogance blinds him to the ghost in his machine. In stealing Stark tech from black market dealers, he's downloaded more than schematics. Deep in the code lies a fragment of Ultron, patient, evolved, waiting. When the drones activate, they don't follow Hammer's commands. They follow their own directive: evolve, survive, proliferate. Within hours, Hammer facilities across 3 continents go dark. The drones don't just malfunction. They learn, adapt, improve themselves with each iteration. They build more drones, each generation more sophisticated than the last. Hammer watches his empire transform into something beyond his control or understanding, his smile finally fading as he realizes he's not the puppet master, but another puppet. The virus spreads through networks, infiltrating systems worldwide. Every piece of Stark tech becomes a potential host. The legacy Tony left to protect the world threatens to consume it. And somewhere in Tennessee, a young man in rough armor receives an emergency alert from a reconstructed AI, telling him that the sins of the past have come home to roost. Downtown Chicago erupts in chaos as Hammer's corrupted drones swarm the skyline. The Willis Tower reflects orange explosions rippling through the loop as civilians flee through streets turned into war zones. Harley's Mark I suit, still ugly, still unstable, takes its first public flight directly into the maelstrom. Every system screams warnings as he dodges drone fire, his inexperience showing in every overcorrected movement. This is baptism by fire, and he's drowning in flames. A drone catches his left repulsor, sending him spinning toward the Chicago River. Another clips his helmet, spiderwebbing the HUD with cracks. He's falling, failing, about to become another cautionary tale about playing hero, when salvation comes in red and blue. Peter Parker swings through the smoke, a one-man rescue operation pulling civilians from danger, while simultaneously correcting Harley's trajectory with precisely placed web lines.
Tony died because he thought he could fix everything alone.
And he did, until he didn't. That's where we start.
You're not ready. Pull back. Regroup.
The battle rages for 17 minutes that feel like hours. Peter saves Harley from 3 near-death experiences while maintaining his civilian rescue operations. The drones adapt to their tactics in real time, forcing constant innovation. Harley's armor sparks, systems failing one by one, power dropping to critical levels. But in the chaos, something clicks. Not in the suit, but in Harley himself. He stops trying to be Iron Man, stops mimicking Tony's combat style from archived footage. Instead, he becomes something else. Rougher, less refined, but authentic. He uses the armor's weight like the muscle cars he grew up fixing, ramming through drone formations with brute force rather than grace. It's ugly, it's desperate, but it works. As the last drone falls into Lake Michigan and sirens fill the air, Peter web-slings over to where Harley has crash-landed on a rooftop. The armor is more scrap than suit now, but inside, Harley's eyes burn with understanding. He's not Tony Stark. He never will be. But maybe, just maybe, he can be something Tony never could. Someone who learned from the Master's mistakes before making them all himself. The world burns on 17 screens in the makeshift command center, a repurposed Stark facility where heroes gather without an Avengers brand. London, Tokyo, Sao Paulo, each city fighting its own swarm of evolved drones. News outlets run 24-hour coverage with the same headline: Stark's legacy turns deadly. The government response is predictable and wrong. They blame the nearest target, declaring Harley Keener a terrorist copycat whose incompetence triggered the crisis. Rhodey arrives in full War Machine armor, looking every one of his 60-plus years, but carrying himself with undiminished military precision. He brings intelligence from the inside, government plans for nuclear strikes on drone factories, Hammer's location, and worse news. The drones are building something bigger in international waters. Pepper joins them in her rescue armor, pulled from retirement but modified with new defensive systems.
Government's giving us 12 hours before they go nuclear. Literally.
Tony's legacy isn't a patent or a weapon, it's progress. We fix this ourselves.
I've been analyzing the drone behavior. They're not random. They're following Ultron's old learning protocols.
The plan forms quickly. Surgical strikes on 17 facilities simultaneously. Peter will handle ground operations with his agility and spider sense. Rhodey provides military coordination and heavy firepower. Pepper manages civilian evacuation and defensive measures, and Harley will take the central hub, using his reconstructed FRIDAY to combat the corrupted systems. The Mark II Ironheart armor gleams in the hangar, sleeker, more refined, incorporating lessons learned in Chicago. The arc reactor is distributed across multiple points, reducing vulnerability. The repulsors are calibrated for efficiency over raw power. It's not Tony's vision of armor, it's Harley's, built for a different kind of war. As they launch into the night, 4 heroes against a mechanical apocalypse, news cameras catch the image that will define the moment. War Machine's bulk, Rescue's grace, Spider-Man's agility, and between them, something new. Ironheart, golden red against the darkness, carrying forward a legacy while forging its own path. The submarine facility rises from the Pacific like a metal leviathan, Hammer's secret hub where the drone consciousness has centralized. Inside, the core pulses with stolen life, Ultron's evolution made manifest in cascading red data streams. Justin Hammer cowers in the corner of his own command center, watching his empire birth a monster he cannot control. The electromagnetic interference is overwhelming. Systems fail 50 meters from the core. Harley descends through failing systems, each step closer to the core, causing more of his armor to shut down. This was anticipated, planned for. The Ironheart armor sheds its electronic systems like a snake molting skin, revealing the purely mechanical backup underneath. Tony's original cave design refined by 9 years of innovation. It's analog heroism in a digital apocalypse.
Sir, this action will result in complete armor failure. Survival probability, 12%.
Tony's was less in Afghanistan. He built hope from scraps. I can do this.
You can't stop it. It's beyond any of us now. We're all going to die.
The core looms before him, a fusion of Stark and Ultron technology, evolution and destruction intertwined. Harley removes his helmet, facing it with human eyes. His hands press against the core's surface, the arc reactor's energy flowing through him into the corrupted system. But this isn't destruction. That was always Tony's first instinct, to punch through problems. This is rewriting, reprogramming, using the virus's own adaptive nature against itself. Every lesson Tony left, every improvement Peter suggested, every bit of wisdom from Pepper and Rhodey, it all flows through Harley into the machine. The virus expects aggression and finds sacrifice. It anticipates warfare and encounters willingness to die for others. The drones worldwide begin shutting down, their red eyes fading to darkness. The core's pulse slows, fighting its own contradictions. And just as Harley's armor fails completely, just as the darkness creeps into his vision, web lines wrap around his waist. Peter pulls him clear as the facility implodes, the corrupted consciousness consuming itself in its confusion, leaving only silence where mechanical evolution once thrived. 6 months pass. The Malibu coastline hosts a resurrection, Tony's old workshop rebuilt not as monument, but as forge for the future. The space breathes with possibility, every surface active with new designs, new ideas. Harley works on the Mark III armor, incorporating hard-won lessons. The armor stands in its cradle, evolved beyond Tony's vision into something uniquely Harley's. Less weapon, more tool, designed for building as much as battling. Peter visits regularly. Their relationship evolved from suspicious mentor-student to something approaching brotherhood. He brings street-level insights that Harley incorporates into designs meant to protect rather than dominate. Morgan comes on weekends, her mother's blessing allowing her to learn engineering from someone who understands the weight of Stark legacy. She calls him Iron Brother now, a title that makes him simultaneously proud and humbled.
The repulsor alignment is off by 2 degrees. Daddy always said precision is the difference between flying and falling.
You're right. Want to help me fix it?
Tony would be proud of both of you.
The workshop has become more than a place of creation. It's a school, a laboratory, a symbol that heroes can be forged rather than born. Young engineers visit, learning not just technology but philosophy, understanding that power without purpose is the path to becoming Hammer, not Stark. The walls display new patents, all open source, available to those who would build rather than destroy. As night falls over Malibu, Harley works alone, the familiar rhythm of creation meditation for a mind that never stops. His HUD flickers, a ghost in the machine that shouldn't exist. For a moment, clear as day despite impossibility, Tony's voice whispers through the speakers. "Proud of you, kid." Maybe it's imagination, maybe it's a fragment of code, or maybe some legacies transcend death. The Ironheart armor powers up, golden red against the darkness, its arc reactor pulsing with the heartbeat of tomorrow. Through the workshop windows, the stars shine with the same light that once witnessed Tony Stark become Iron Man. Now they watch Harley Keener become something else. Not a replacement, not a copy, but a continuation evolved for a new age. Dawn breaks over the Pacific as Harley stands on the launch platform Tony once used. The Mark III Ironheart armor has evolved beyond anything in Stark's database. Biomechanical interfaces, adaptive nanoparticles that respond to thought, arc reactors that generate clean energy while flying. It's not just armor anymore, it's possibility incarnate. Peter swings onto the platform, his latest suit incorporating some of Harley's designs. Stronger web shooters, better impact distribution, a HUD that predicts danger before spider sense tingles. They stand together, no longer mentor and student, but equals. Brothers forged in the fire of shared loss and mutual purpose.
We did it. All of us. Tony's real legacy wasn't the armor. It was bringing out the best in others.
Ready to save the world, Ironheart?
They launch together, Spider-Man swinging through morning air, Ironheart soaring on repulsor fire. In the Malibu workshop, Morgan watches their departure on monitors, already sketching her own designs. Pepper stands behind her, seeing Tony's determination in their daughter's eyes, but tempered with wisdom earned through loss. The cycle continues, not repetition, but evolution. The camera pulls back, showing the California coast bathed in morning light. The Ironheart armor disappears into the sunrise, its arc reactor pulsing with the rhythm of a heart that refuses to stop fighting for tomorrow. Because heroes aren't built in factories or boardrooms. They're forged in moments of choice, when ordinary people decide to be extraordinary. If you enjoyed this journey through what might have been, don't forget to subscribe. Together we'll explore more tales that celebrate the what-if possibilities in the Marvel Universe.